Every year on 10 December, the world marks the International Human Rights Day. In Zimbabwe, it is a day to reflect on the country's somewhat ever deteriorating human rights situation. A day to make a bold statement to the government of Zimbabwe to respect the constitution and accord citizens the rights due to them.
I will protect and promote the rights of the people of Zimbabwe, and that I will devote myself to the well-being of Zimbabwe and its people.
This year, the day is dedicated to dignity, freedom, and justice for all. And for Zimbabwe, the following questions pop up. Can there be dignity when citizens do not have access to quality health care, water, sanitation, and other social services? Can there be freedom for all when speaking out is criminalized? Can there be justice for all when one can be arrested and detained for simply disagreeing with the government? So, as we take a look at the human rights situation in Zimbabwe in 2022, we note a significant increase in the weaponization of the law to favor the ruling ZANU-PF party, systematic disruption of opposition political activities, arrests of opposition and civil society players. All of this is happening as the country prepares for yet another election in 2023. To show the extent and nature of the human rights violations, we take a trip to Matobo, south of Zimbabwe.
We were here at this homestead, and our chief activity was to train our election agents. We received a report that Honorable Nyoni's car, which had been returning from another point where we were dealing with our point persons, was blocked by 2 cars. But fortunately, he was able to get away. And when he arrived here, his car was damaged. I think the fender was damaged. And so they called us and said, look, we have been assaulted. We're under siege here. ZANU-PF people are attacking us. And as leaders, we had to make the decision to go there.
So when we left here, we left home, driving a vehicle, going there to talk to the guys, because we already found out one of our guys was already beaten.
And, as I was driving towards the shops, there's a bridge. That bridge was blocked by a number of cars.
So when we counted those cars, there were 17 with 3 branded ZANU-PF.
So we came out of the car, they were shooting guns, but we said, no, let's just talk to your leader, whoever your leader is. Then they confirmed that there was a minister in the car. They said, no, let's talk to him. We want to understand what the issue is. So as we were trying to talk to him, there were some guys who came out of the car saying, I think I jairo nema chinja, you know. Then they just approached Honorable Pulu, started beating him up.
They came to us and they were assaulting, they were throwing stones, sticks, you name it. And they had even a shampoo.
I was standing on the bridge. The guy kicked me from the bridge. I fell inside the stream. Then that's why they started heavily assaulting us. They were kicking me. 4 guys were kicking me. But I knew one guy was part of the crew that was kicking me, because what they wanted mostly was my cell phone, because of the footage that was on my cell phone. So they took my phone, he folded it and he hit it on the ground. I was wearing a yellow skirt with President Nelson Chamisa's face on it. So he tore the skirt and then I ran into the vehicle.
ama-t-shirts wonke vele bahle bathi bawathatha wonke ama-t-shirts. So zaze sigqoka amapitikoti ngapho sigqoka ibrown, because babehle bethi khipha i-t-shirt le, khipha isiketi leso, khipha vele nxa kulandisa ukuthi khipha, uthatha ujikela phansi and ekutshaya ngegodo, uyazi satshaba lapha somntanami la. Sasesihamba sigqoka amapitikoti ngoba ama-t-shirt leziketi ezazile picture kaThamisa zibhalwe triple C bahle bathatha soze sigijima sesinqunu sesigqoka amapitikothi lamabhra kuphela ngaphezulu but hayi leyo day I will never forget it in my life.
How old are you now?
65 years.
So, in light of this and many other incidents recorded in Zimbabwe, we ask ourselves, on this International Human Rights Day, where is the justice? Where is the freedom? Where is the dignity?
Dignity, justice, and freedom for all. These are aspirations that our Constitution captures. Regrettably, the promises of our Constitution have not manifested into the lived realities of our people. Where there is no justice, where there is no freedom, where there is no protection, safety, security, social well-being, there is no dignity. We see ourselves today in a worse off situation than we were in 2013 when we adopted that Constitution. So it's a story of regression, it's a story of moving backwards. How do we resolve that? How do we prevent that? I don't think it's rocket science. I don't think it's so difficult. We already have the mechanisms to prevent and resolve and attend to violence. We have the police in this country. All they need to do is to be allowed to work independently and professionally without political interference. Arrest perpetrators, have the National Prosecuting Authority prosecute perpetrators, have the judiciary hold people to account and deliver justice to victims.